I'm going to demo making a wall-following robot while using a tool to help me see the bigger story of my making process. This story revolves around the changes in the code controlling the robot, the serial logs from the code, and the notes I leave along the way. I start the tool and two other scripts to automatically record code changes and serial logs. I am using the Circuit Playground Express board and am programming it with CircuitPython. When I save the code, it automatically updates on the Circuit Playground Express, and a new code version is shown on the tool. The serial log messages I add in my code are also shown here. I start by testing only the motors. I make the motors turn back and forth, I find the center point of the servo, and I find the motor speeds I need to make the robot drive straight. I leave a note to myself about the center value of each servo in case I want to reference them in future projects. I write new code to test the distance sensor. I switch to the line graph view of the tool to find the mapping between sensor values and wall distance. For my first test of the wall-following robot, I'll be using Bang Bang Control as either steering towards the wall or away from the wall. I copy code from my earlier motor test from the UI. This works pretty well, but has a lot of oscillations that I can see in the graph. Next, I try using proportional control that turns a different amount depending on the error. Initially, it turns too quickly, so I decrease the effect of the error. The robot drives smoother, and I see there are less oscillations than before. It's a day later, and I'm going back to the project. Because the tool was recording the code and data automatically, I have a rich history of what was actually happening. I would have never thought I would go through 44 versions of code in 2 hours. Because I was leaving notes along the way, I had a good starting point for sharing my process in this video. I can also go back to previous versions of code, see what I changed, and see the data that each version of code produced. Each of these views are customizable, and I can write a script to manipulate the data. For example, see the code errors I made. I think this tool is a better tool for seeing what is going on in the moment and for comparing across time, in a way I've seen people miss out on when working on similar projects to this. Try it out and see if you find potential in this idea as well.